Alright, first off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh Shai, Basham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word in all sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is the brother Arawam from a Jamaica camp, coming with another quick lesson. And this lesson has been inspired by this precept right here, First Peter 5 verse 8 on down to 11. I was just going through the scriptures and just reading a bit, and I pretty much prayed and asked how about Shemel to let me just go through and get a lesson. And funny enough, well, not funny enough, through the spirit, the Lord actually gave me a lesson that falls in line with the series of lessons that I've been doing of late. So hopefully this is edifying, and we'll just get straight into it. This is First Peter 5 verse 8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." All right. And yeah, we may look up these words often, and we already, we may say we already know certain things, but it's we are in a time, not to say that we know everything, but like, these are milk precepts. These are scriptures that brothers go into all the time, but these are the same scriptures that bear us up, when we are in times of affliction, when, we're in our day to day, the milk helps keep us going, you know. These scriptures are our guard, right? So let's look on these words, right? Sober, right? So it says what? Um, to be sober. Also, it goes into what? To be calm and collected in spirit. Now, calm and collected in spirit doesn't necessarily mean that you don't get you're not austere. It doesn't mean that you're not it doesn't mean that you are, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say let's say laxed, right? Where you're just there, and it's like you're like a lazy vibe, or you're pretty much inactive. It just means that you're collected, as says, calm and collected in spirit, right? So it isn't about being soft or anything like that, right? It says to be temperate, dispassionate, circumspect, right? And when you go down here, it says what? um Down where it says figuratively, it says to be discreet, to be sober, watch. So when you are sober, you're in a very watchful spirit. You're pretty much on alert, right? You're not you're not frantic or anything. You just, as it says, temperate, dispassionate, circumspect, right? Now we can go into these words, but for the topic of this lesson, I'll suggest brothers to actually look up, temperate. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm just gonna go with the spirit. I had some other words that I plan to go into, but let me just do it. Why not? Temperate. Right. So it says I'm gonna find the definition that best explains, right? So 2 says marked by moderation, such as keeping or held within limits, not extreme, not excessive. So you're applying the right level of force, judgment, and discernment, right? It says moderate in indolence of appetites and desires. So you know when to go, when to stop. You know how much to have, and when to take on, when to leave off, right? It goes into moderate use in alcoholic beverages, but it's sticking to the general term. It says marked by an absence or avoidance of extravagance, violence, or extreme partisanship. So let's just look on this word extravagance, right? Excess. So not too excessive where that is concerned. Let's say partisanship. Alright, so strong and sometimes blind adherence to a particular party, faction, cause, or person. So we can't be blinded. We can't have that a blind attachment or just following blindly. We should understand exactly what it is that we're doing. So that's why it even goes back into what having a calm mindset, calm and collected, right? Let's look on the word that's what I was temperate. Let's see dispassionate, right? So not influenced by strong feeling, not affected by personal or emotional involvement. So it's pretty much applying the scriptures and pretty much doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you'd be affected personally or emotionally, you know and that's what the scriptures pretty much building us to do. Because even Yahushua said what, he that loveth father, mothers, sisters, brethren, even your own life cannot be my disciple, roughly paraphrasing. Things that are close to us are that we may that we have a personal or emotional attachment to. There's a line that needs to be drawn when it comes down to applying and living towards Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? So that's it for this word, right? So this is the word sober, right? Going to the word vigilant, it says to watch, metaphorically give strict attention to, be cautious, active, right? Which is also what going in within the scriptures, right? It says to take heed lest through remission and indolence, meaning laziness, some destructive calamity suddenly overtake one. All right, so we have to be giving attention to these scriptures. We should be giving attention to these prophecies. We should be giving attention, strict attention unto ourselves. We should be giving strict attention unto unto the body. you know all these things are things that we should be mindful of, as scripture says what, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right, so those are the two words I'm going to get in that verse, right? Verse 9, it says whom resist steadfast in the faith. So right, so we should pretty much resist the devil steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. All right, so it says whom resist steadfast. Let's look on this word steadfast. It says what, strong, firm, immovable, solid, hard, rigid. I'm going to go to be in a good sense: firm, steadfast, solid, stable, figuratively, steadfast, strong, sure. Right? It says down here, it says what, as respect faith, firm of faith. Right? So it should be firm in faith. Right? So being steadfast in faith. Come in here. So this is the D. I'll go to definition. D says belief with the predominant idea of trust or confidence, whether in the Most High or in the Messiah, which is in both, springing from faith in the same. So yeah, we should be steadfast in our belief that Yahweh Shem Yahushai would be able to deliver us. Right? It says knowing that the same affliction, and let's just take a look on the word affliction as well. Right, the first definition says which one suffer as or has suffered externally, a suffering, misfortune, calamity, evil, affliction. Then it goes down to another two definition. I'll go to definition 2. It says also the afflictions which Christians, meaning the believers, must undergo in behalf of the same cause which the Messiah patiently endured, right? Of inward state and affliction, passion, and enduring, undergoing suffering, right? Down here it says what something undergone, hardship or pain, subjectively an emotion or influence, affection, because there's it can be an affliction of the mind, right? So yeah, those are the afflictions which are brethren. So look up the word of accomplished, right? It says to second definition, to appoint, to impose upon, right? So reading this verse again, it says, whom resist steadfast in faith, which is the devil, who is the one who we're supposed to resist steadfast in faith, knowing that the same afflictions, the same sufferings are accomplished, are imposed on your brethren that are in the world. But the grace of the most high of all grace, who had called us unto his eternal glory by the Messiah Yahushai, after that ye have suffered, will make what have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthened, and settle you. All right. So let's look on the benefits that we'll get. Once we resist the devil. Steadfast in faith. Right. Let me just check this right here. All right. So says while after ye have suffered, so this is the Greek word right here. It says to be affected or have been affected, to feel, have a sensible experience, to undergo, right? Going to look at be in a bad sense, to suffer sadly, be in a bad plight of a sick person, right? Down here it says usually painful, feel, passion, suffer, vex. All right, and let's look on this word plight real quickly. All right. Oh, Slovakia. Right. All right. To give, in pledge, engage. Right down here, the second definition, well, the second noun says an unfortunate, difficult, or precarious situation. When you look up the word precarious, it says depending on chance, circumstances, unknown conditions, or uncertain developments. And I'm pretty sure that word also goes back to pretty much danger or risk. Or well, then again, uncertainty, based on what it's saying here. All right, going back. So that's the word suffered. It says that will make us perfect. Right, going down, it says to render, i.e., to fit, sound, complete, mend what has been broken or rent, because our spirits are currently being repaired. Right, to complete, be to fit out, equip, put in order, arrange, adjust. Our spirits are we're being equipped in spirit. We're being put in order, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. We're being adjusted, right? To fit our frame for oneself, prepare, see ethically, to strengthen, perfect, complete, make one what he ought to be. And that's what Yahweh Shai is doing, through the spirit of these scriptures, and through, resisting steadfast through faith. It's actually, bringing us onto what perfection, it is restoring us, as you see right here, the word restore, right? Was there anything here? Let me just check real quickly. Right, it says of one who by correction may be brought back into the right way, as it give the example of Galatians 6 and 1. Hebrews 13 and 21 has been referenced as well, where it says of those who have been restored to harmony. So that word goes back to it. But definitely when it comes on to First Peter 5 verse 10, it says what, ethically to strengthen, perfect, complete, make one what he ought to be. And that is what, us resisting in steadfast in the faith would, i- resisting steadfast in the faith will do, right? So it says establish, right, to make stable, firm, place firmly, set fast, fix, strengthen, make firm, to render constant, confirm one's mind, right? So it's actually making us stable in the mind, as it says what, literally to turn resolutely in a certain direction, and the direction that we want to head into is the direction of salvation, the kingdom of heaven, the direction of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. So going down here, so that's it for that one. That was established. Let's look at the word strengthen, to make strong, strengthen of one's soul, right? Down here it says strengthen, figuratively confirm in spiritual knowledge and power. Strengthen, that is what it's doing when we resist when we resist the devil, by being steadfast in the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we're actually being strengthened within the soul, right? But what, in spiritual knowledge and power, right? And it says settle you, right, to lay the foundation, to found, to make stable, establish, right, to ground, settle, right? So we'll pretty much be unmovable. Okay, right? It says to him be the glory, dominion forever and ever. Amen. So being sober, being circumspect, being temperate in spirit, being temperate, and watching out for the ways how the devil, would try to tempt us and afflict us with various things, and knowing that we have to be strong and resolute and steadfast within the faith. All right. Now, while preparing this lesson, there were some of the words in the definitions that in the various definitions that I saw, and I decided that, what, I'm just gonna look up some of them, and hopefully we can get an idea of where, of how to look at or think about the message of that section, right? So it says what, marked by firm determination, resolved, right? It's gonna word steady, direct or sure in movement, right? Firm in firm in position, right? Showing little variation or fluctuation, not easily disturbed or upset, right? We should be looking ahead, having that single mind, having our eyes single, heading towards the kingdom of heaven, despite our personal and emotional involvements, right? Constant in feeling, principle, purpose, or attachment, right? Not given to dissip- um, dissip- dissipation, right? Which goes back into being corrupt. That's a word that's we're going to look into shortly, right? It says to make or keep steady, right? To become steady. It says on the course set, use as a direction to the helmsman of a ship. Which, if you know about a helmsman is the one who is always at the wheel that steers and guide the ship. So so steady in the course. Knowing exactly where it is that we're going, right? Um, Let me go back here. Um, the word bold is also here, right? Fearless, before danger. Because what we have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, showing or requiring a fearless, daring spirit. When it comes on to opposing the devil, right, and opposing this world and being firm in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right, assured. Let's go on this word assured, characterized by certainty or security. We have certainty and security in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? Very confident, right? Sure that something is certain or true. We're sure that our faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai is certain and true. In short, right? Um, Going back, you can also look on the word confident, full of conviction, certain, right? Having or showing assurance and self-reliance. Well, as we I did in the last lesson, and going over what Apostle Rakah, was saying that have faith in your first have faith in your above all have faith in your Hashem Shai, but also have faith in yourself, meaning that believing that you can do all things through your Hashem Shai, having that confidence that you can accomplish and push forward, because you have Yahweh Hashem Shai on your side, right? Having that confidence in all areas of our lives, right? Because we're within the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Shai. All right. As you see here, it says having or showing assurance and self-reliance, right? So let me go here. So you had resolve, self-reliance. Well, already explained that one. Shouldn't it have even selected it? We looked on the word sober, did we? That's on the word sober, right? I'll go to 4. It says marked by temperance, moderation, or seriousness, right? 6 says showing no excessive or extreme qualities of fancy, emotion, or prejudice. So pretty much what we went into earlier. All right. The word dissipated goes back to desolate, right? Which it says marked by indolence in things deemed vices, right? So lack of restraint, not having restraint, right? That shouldn't be the case. There are certain things that we should restrain from. That is also part of which goes back into what resisting, right? So you lack resistance, can't resist something, meaning that you lack restraint. All right. So that ought not to be the case. Once we have faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, there are certain behaviors, certain mindsets, and certain certain way of conduct that we should be avoiding. And it's all within all aspects of our lives. Whether it be your household, whether it be yourself, whether it be your family, your acquaintance, your co-workers, like all aspects. Could be bad habits, it could be even being too timid or bashful, as we went into the last lesson, or it could be not being overly zealous, just having things within moderation, as the word temperance goes into, but it's all done through what faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because applying a resisting the devil through that through the faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to lead up to all these behaviors and mindsets that we need to have in order to make it through this unrighteous society, and especially in the days to come. So yeah, I'm gonna end it right there. Hopefully, this was edifying. Once more, to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word now in sincerity and truth. Sisters, the believers, the helps, the hopeful elect. Shalom.